Good morning, Twin Cities. This is your Un-Bougie foodie, your host, Wesley Wright. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in this morning. As you could tell, we're slowly moving out of the summer temperatures. Yeah, outside doesn't look so great. Not really. But it's still a great Saturday morning, and I want to thank you for tuning in. It's always my pleasure to have a moment or an hour to talk with you and bring you information about new foods, new places, recipes, and so forth. This show is all about food. So sit back if you're having a cup of coffee and join the conversation. If you're interested in any comment that you'd like to make in reference to today's show, or just again joining in the conversation, please feel free to call the radio station and talk to me at 651-200-3479. Once again, that's 651-200-3479. Interesting topics that we're going to be talking about. Food halls. If you're wondering what those are, I'll explain that in just a moment. But of course, the ever popular Get Your Groupon. And then, of course, maybe a low carb recipe. Really simple. I know it's going to sound kind of weird, but a pickle sandwich. I know. Again, this show is all about food, and we do it a different way because, what are we? I am the Un-Bougie foodie. So anyway, again, thanks so much for tuning in. If you ever are interested in seeing what type of foods that I'm having on a weekly basis, I won't say daily because, I can't post every day. But on a weekly basis, at least you'll see that very regular. So visit me on Instagram, which is _Un-Bougie foodie. Twitter is at Un-Bougie foodie. And then if you have, again, any questions or maybe like to share a recipe or just a comment about how the show is going, feel free to leave me an email message or just an email at un-bougiefoodie@gmail.com. Again, un-bougiefoodie@gmail.com. So let's get started with today's show. First off, I mentioned about food halls, and you're probably wondering, okay, what really is a food hall? How does it really, do we really have any here in not just St. Paul, but Minneapolis or the Twin Cities? We do. A really popular one, and if you want to really call it a food hall, I mean, it really is. It's not a food court, like you find at the mall, but a food hall is a place that, or a building structure, establishment that brings together a number of different restaurants. And if you don't already have an idea of where I'm leaning towards, it is Midtown Global Market. Midtown Global Market offers so many variety of cuisines that are available. I mean, you really could go there and it's almost like traveling around the world because of the different types of foods that you could actually have. There's Indian, there's Caribbean, there's Mexican, of course, Latin foods, Swedish, so many different types. So that gives you an idea of what we're talking about, of food halls. And, they are becoming more and more popular. And if you're not familiar with maybe a new place that is going to be coming, it is going to be called the Market House Collaborative. And this is, again, going to be a food hall as well. They'll be bringing together a number of well-known chefs, bakers, producers, or purveyors, if you would, of seafood. And again, it's going to be called the Market House Collaborative. It is going to be in St. Paul's Lowertown neighborhood specifically. So just to give you an idea of some of the places that we're going to be discussing or that will be there in that food hall. First, Tim McKee, he is a visionary when it comes down to having a food or running a very fine dining restaurant. He was a James Beard Award-winning chef, and not was, but he is. He more was popular at La Belle Vie, and unfortunately we know that closed. That was a couple of years ago, but still stayed within the Twin Cities, and now is going to be offering a place for us to just enjoy, again, a variety of different foods in what is going to be again called the Market House Collaborative. This really is going to be a food hall where once again you will be able to enjoy different dining experiences and cuisines based on all these different chefs, bakers, individuals that are providing meats and seafood. The next place, it's going to be called Octo Fish Bar. The chef, is called his name is Shane Oporto. Shane Oporto. He was a final chef inside La Belle Vie as well. Very popular on Instagram, but the Lynn Hall, these two are actually working very well together, so they're going to also be available in Market House Collaborative. So as we get more and more information as to a date when it will be opening, I'll definitely be talking about that and bringing that out on the show. But someone that is currently in the Midtown Global Market and is also going to have a location in the Market House Collaborative is a Salty Tart, Michelle Gayer. She is also a James Beard Award winner or nominee, actually. She received that nomination. She's a maker of some really great pastries. The bakery within Midtown Global Market, it's a wonderful place to have a coffee and some pastries. The baked goods, they are available for purchase, of course, but within the restaurant they're going to have take full advantage of doing breads and toasting different sandwiches and other foods as well. So again, we're looking forward to having or seeing the Salty Tart open up in the Market House Collaborative. Don't forget about, I mentioned that there's going to be meat and seafood. So Peterson's Meat is actually going to be there as well. So they are a full meat company, full service butcher shop. Peterson's Meats, they have a local area chef. They're going to be providing a number of different cuts, again, quality meats. If you were ever familiar with, and you've heard me talk about Kashon 555, we know that it talks about it's an event that focuses on heritage bred hogs or pig, if you would, but then also beef in this case. So they will have this outlet that will give you an opportunity to shop a full case of beef, butchered on site. That's going to mean that there's going to be ground beef that's going to be available. So if you want fresh ground beef for burgers at home, or maybe a hanger steak, or any of those, you'll have an opportunity to obtain that there at the Market House Collaborative. So again, Peterson's Meats. It's also going to have a little bit of a diner spot too. So if you want that, the restaurant that they're going to have also is going to be able to prepare it. The next would be the Almanac Fish Market, sustainable fish market that's going to be sourced by the Fish Guys. You know, because of Mr. McGee's relationship with the Fish Guys, they're going to be able to provide local seafood importers that specialize specifically in sustainable fish. And sustainable fish, concentrating more on fish that is caught humanely, not ones that are just harvested in a very I'll just put it inhumanely, put it that way. But seafood could help the planet's growing population. We know how much we're talking so much about leaving less of a carbon footprint, or treating animals a bit more humanely when we're thinking of different cuisines and foods to have. So the Fish Guys are definitely making it a point to bring those fish, the sustainable fish, or specializing in sustainable fish, into the neighborhood, specifically into the Lower Town area. Very similar to that of the butcher shop that we were just talking about, Peterson's Meats. The Almanac Fish Market is going to have a variety of different fish, uni, sea urchin. So if you're ever interested in finding out maybe a new seafood dish that you'd like to make, hey, you'll have an opportunity in the Lower Town area. It's at the Market House Collaborative by going to the Almanac Fish Market, because they are also going to be available as well. So, just keep in mind that, a food hall, it is going to be considered a number of different businesses that come together, and that's just one within the Lower Town area. We do have another one that's kind of, I'll say it's fun. And I've talked about it before as well on the show. And it is 7th Street Truck Park. And you're thinking, okay, well, wait, a truck park? No, it really is it's another food hall. It's within St. Paul. And it also gives you an opportunity to taste a wide variety of different foods, if you would, in the neighborhood. It's a very unique spot because, seriously, as I mentioned, it's a food hall. So you will be able to go in there and have pizza, ice cream, a variety of different foods. So it's not, again, like a food court. It really isn't, because the atmosphere, the way that they have it laid out, and that's what is starting to make these very, very popular. The owners or the creators of these places are taking into consideration what is it that people are looking for for their taste. What is something that's going to be great for the neighborhood. And so they put together places like 7th Street Truck Park and a wide variety of different other businesses. And really, they call it a truck park because of the fact that there are really food trucks that are going to be in there. Now, mind you, yes, they have been modified. These are smaller food trucks, but they've been modified so that still, I mean, you're looking at inside this food hall, these trucks that are, people are preparing, or businesses are preparing meals and food that it's almost like comfort food. And I think I even mentioned it some time ago that when you're going across country or you're taking a road trip and you're stopping at these various areas. Oh, hey, there's a roadside diner, and there's a roadside diner that you want to stop at. It has one type of food, and sometimes you might have to stop at a truck stop, and it has some other type of food as well. So just picture that, and that's the type of atmosphere. But it's a fun atmosphere. It's family friendly. Um, there is. I keep going back to a specific item that's going to be there. There is a 20-pound ice cream sandwich. The cookie being made by T-Rex Cookie, and then they're partnering with Sebastian Joe's to provide the ice cream in the middle of two giant cookies. Yeah, how can you not want that? How could you not want that? Now, of course, you're going to have a couple of friends go with you because of that. Because, yeah, 20 pounds of ice cream, I would assume that they would have a smaller amount. I will be able to give you a little bit more information, along with pictures too. I'll be taking a visit there next weekend. So I know I've talked about it and it's been open some time, but sometimes you got to give a place an opportunity to just get established before you rave about it and you show up with groups of people. Now, mind you, yes, maybe that might seem like, okay, well, aren't you not in with the crowd and being in the know prior to that? Well, yes, but then at the same time, they might have a very off experience. With any new business, when you are starting out, there's going to be bumps in the road. So I'm giving them an opportunity to smooth those out so that when I go there, I won't have a bad experience. So those that want to go early, fine. Yes, you'll find out a whole lot more, about much quicker, but sometimes you got to give a place an opportunity to just kind of like take a breather, make some changes that they feel that they need to make, and then you go back and really go there and have the experience that you're hoping to have. So I'm just saying. Anyway, what's your thought on for instance, a food hall? Have you ever, aside from maybe Midtown Global Market, have you ever gone to a food hall, or even thought, hey, this is, we could do this on a weekly basis, or not, but give me a call here and let's talk about it. 651-200-3479. Again, 651-200-3479. You got me for the next. I'm here within the hour, so give me a call and let's have a conversation. If you have any opinion about going to a food hall, what do you think would be what are the pros and cons? I can only think of a whole bunch of pros because of the fact that, if it's, family, just think your kids will never, I won't say kids, but your children will have an opportunity to pick from a number of places. So if they are specific eaters, I'll say, and they like certain things about a meal or for a meal, then going to a food hall, you'll be able to satisfy your food needs as well as theirs with no problem. Well, we hope. So once again, make sure that you're checking us, you're giving us a call here and give your opinion. 651-200-3479. I could also take a message on Facebook too. So if you're curious, again, just visit my Facebook page, the Un-Bougie Foodie, and I'll make sure to answer. But call on the air. We want to talk to you. Remember I mentioned about that very odd sandwich? And you're thinking, okay, well, why? That just sounds really weird. a pickle sandwich, a pickle sandwich. But one, don't knock it till you try it. Uh, if you're a person that is trying to cut back on carbs, this is an interesting way to do it. Now, mind you, of course, you have to love pickles, but there are other opportunities as well, because if you don't like the pickle, but maybe like cucumbers, you could do this similar process and even more healthy. And I could only think of, gosh, something just came to my mind too at that is, we'll talk about the pickle one in just a second, but I was just thinking, especially if you like chicken salad or maybe egg, an egg salad. I'd say chicken salad more than anything, but in between two slices, long slices, if you would, the length of a cucumber, and basically replace the bread, replace the cucumber with the bread or for the bread, and then just spoon in or spoon on your chicken salad, and then maybe with a few slices of tomatoes, a couple of slices, that right there, that just came to me. I'm just telling you, because I was thinking, okay, what else would there be? Gosh, a cucumber, a chicken cucumber sandwich. No, chicken salad a cucumber chicken salad sandwich. There you go. A cucumber chicken salad sandwich. But gosh, doesn't sound, again, if you're doing low carb, doesn't that sound really good? If you wanted to, you could add a little bit of pepper on that cucumber, or just on your chicken salad itself, and the freshness. I like a texture. There's something about a texture too, and if you have that extra bite, now you got to be careful, because yes, cucumber it's more of a water type vegetable, so you might not want to put a whole lot of your chicken salad on there, because when you're holding it and you take a bite of it, you don't want it to come out of the sides. So you could actually cut that in smaller pieces and let them be bite-sized, and maybe put a toothpick in it and just have them almost like appetizers almost. But that's for that. Let's talk about the pickle the pickle sandwich. This pickle sub, it's really, really simple. It's interesting that but because folks may not enjoy a pickle, for bread, but when you're thinking of doing low carb, you're trying to find really easy and effective ways to still stay on that low carb route. So to start off, and you don't have to use 3, but they said start off with 3 large pickles. Large pickles. Where do you think you could get a large pickle nowadays? Maybe, I don't know. Can you still get them at the I'll say your local convenience store. Let's do that. But anyway, that's where you're going to start. 3 large pickles. You're going to have mustard, if you like. Mayonnaise, again, if you like. 6 slices of ham, 3 slices of provolone, 1 tomato, and that's sliced. Gosh, I want to say Roma is great, but a nice maybe steak, tomato, a couple of slices. Yeah. And that's it for the ingredients, but the directions, you're first going to slice pickles in half lengthwise, and then using a spoon, you're going to actually scoop out the seeds. I personally like the seeds. I like everything about a pickle, so I would leave them. That's just me. But in this case, if you don't like the seeds, you can spoon them out or scoop them out with a spoon. Next, you're going to spread mustard and mayo on the bottom bun of the pickle, and then you're going to top that with ham, cheese, and then the tomatoes. And then you're going to, with the other bun, you're pickle bun. You're going to top that with maybe some mustard or some more. So, and that's it. I mean, again, I know that seems so simple, and I don't know, you're probably thinking, well, who came up with this? How did they come up with this? I'm quite sure it was probably a mom or maybe even a dad, who knows, trying to satisfy their kids' thought of, I want something different for lunch. Or maybe they were just thinking, hey, I'm tired of giving my children bread. Let me give them something a little bit more fun, because kids tend to like pickles. I mean, I'm quite sure you would agree on that. But it's a simple recipe. I will certainly make it available after today's show. So again, those ingredients are 3 large pickles, mustard, mayo. Again, those are optional if you'd like. 6 slices of ham, 3 slices of provolone, and then 1 tomato just sliced up. And just make sure that you have an opportunity to, do various stuff with it. I mean, 6 slices of ham. You could do other things. You could have other types of ham as well. So I'm thinking of Virginia ham. Nothing, or maybe even turkey breasts. Roast. Can you imagine roast beef? See, I like to do a mixture: roast beef, ham, and chicken breasts or turkey breasts. Either one. Those 3, I forgot what it's called. It's like that combination altogether is just really, really great. So just, be creative with it. If you do, please let me know what you do. Send me an email message, maybe even take a picture of it. And if you'd like, share it, with me on Facebook, or send it to me on email and give me an idea what your creative mind went to when you were creating this pickle sub sandwich. So, yeah, let me know. Remember, that is the Un-Bougie@gmail.com if you want to share that photo. I'm looking forward to seeing it. So please do. All right. Okay, so I'm going to talk about or mention, I know that in the past shows, you have heard me talk about one of my favorite places, Tongue in Cheek, and they are on Payne. I love them. I really do. And it's a great dining experience. And I've talked about, of course, the various different types of dishes that I've had there: roast beef or East Fried Pride. They had a pork belly hash. But we know how also there is the swing of the pendulum. I am a carnivore, but they are also recognizing that there are consumers that really are calling for more of a plant-based diet. And Tongue in Cheek is really stepping up and really taking that to the next level. They are doing a different, or putting a spin on animal-free dining, and they're embracing vegan type of eats or cuisines or opportunities. And we know that they are more of a farm-to-table and sustainable dining concept is what they've always had. But again, going vegan or having a vegan cuisine has not been something that they've truly focused on. And very slowly but surely, they have been dabbling in it for a while. You could see on their Facebook page as well as on their Instagram, they are truly, being creative. The chef is coming up with some very wonderful dishes that are, again, plant-based, and that are very specific to living more or having a cuisine that is more animal humane or animal free. First, let me tell you where Tongue in Cheek is. They are located at 989 Payne Avenue, and that's in St. Paul, 55130. Find out more about their menu by going to Tongue in Cheek at biz or .biz, not at biz. Tongueincheek.biz. And you could also order to go or for delivery too. So that's a great thing. But again, they're innovative. They do new American dishes as well as adult beverages too. It's a really cool place. Has more of a retro vibe. But the people are really, really cool. But again, going back to them taking into consideration their the diners that are asking more for of a vegan options. The chef that's there, he is or has been adding very small vegan plates options to the menu, and again, that's in an effort to help draw in more vegan diners too. They want to help emphasize the rotating vegan entrees that they're going to be coming up with and focusing on. And they've been doing that over the past year too. So slowly but surely they've been implementing these to make sure that there are other options too that if diners that are living more of a plant-based lifestyle are looking for, this is what they want to make sure that they're offering that to their consumers or those that are visiting the restaurant. A quote from the general manager, it states that, or he mentions that vegan dishes are a natural extension of our dedication to human farming. More diners are choosing a more plant-based diet. They want to provide a place where herbivores and omnivores can enjoy a fun, a unique, and delicious meal together, and everyone could still feel good that even the meat dishes are responsibly sourced as well. And while tongue-in-cheek, they are actually embracing vegan. They are not the only ones, of course, in their pursuit of going up or providing a plant-based cuisine. As you know, J. Selby's has, they've started, and they are also in the St. Paul area as well. They've made a huge splash on, in the city with their interpretation of providing vegan meals. Interestingly, they have what they refer to as their interpretation of the classic Big Mac. It's using vegan beef patties, quote unquote beef patties, and then cheese made by folks from the herbivorous butcher. I promise I'm going to get that right. So herbivorous butcher. So they're just entirely plant-based. They're an entirely plant-based eatery, and interestingly enough, there is a friend, coworker, if you would, or I'll say an artist that I know that in the past we've talked about in the interest of plant-based or going more vegetarian, and I hadn't seen him for a while, and I got a chance to catch up with him, and he's very happy with his decision to go vegetarian or more vegan, if you would, and that's really awesome. It really is. It has, I think, for me, even though being a foodie and recognizing that, there are times where I'm like, I need more vegetables in my life, and I will totally just go crazy with it. I really will. But then I'll return back to my carnivorous ways and have some type of meat or so forth. I think there's a balance, and everyone really needs to have their own they shouldn't be vilified for making a decision. Now, mind you, yes, there are some health benefits certainly of living a plant-based lifestyle. I mean, doing my own research, that a number of symptoms such as high blood pressure, lowering your cholesterol, diabetes, anemia, all of these things can be lowered or almost no longer be existent for a person that goes, or starts to live a plant-based lifestyle. So more power to them. But again, props to Tongue in Cheek for really embracing plant-based cuisines or vegan options at their restaurant. They're not a restaurant that just simply, hey, I'm sorry if you don't like it, that's all we serve. No, they recognize that being able to be in the community, there has to be a number of people that they want to show an interest in, and let them know that yes, we are interested in you as a consumer and coming into the restaurant and having a great experience. So they are definitely considering it, and they're stepping up that not having any type of meat option. So, but there are other restaurants as well, so you can certainly find out more information on that. A good article for that is Best of the Best Minnesota, and if you want to talk or just mention about vegan eats or so forth, you'll be able to bring up a article that talks specifically on again, Tongue in Cheek, as well as a number of other restaurants that are using products from the herbivorous butcher. Again, vegan options and products that are available. Other restaurants are taking note and getting those different products. So again, look at that article or check out that article, bestofthebestminnesota.com, and just enter the words vegan eats, and you'll be able to find that article or any other articles regarding vegetarianism or veganism, and enjoy, please. Thank you. All right, so here we have the time to consider. Get your Groupon. Get your Groupon. Get your Groupon. I'm trying to carry for my listeners over in California. Okay, my crew in California. I'm trying to incorporate our Get Your Groupon jingle or musical segment. So, as you know, this is an opportunity for us to share with you different places that are found on Groupon that allow you consumers to enjoy a really great food experience at a lower price. First one I want to talk about, Finnish Bistro. Finnish Bistro has a great Groupon that is available. First, they are located at in St. Anthony Park area, which is the address of 2264 Como Avenue. That's in St. Paul, 55108. And they are currently offering $25 worth of Nordic food, smoothies, coffee, and anything that's in their their shop. But you get all of that for $15. $15. That's a 40% saving. So if you're not eating at the Finnish Bistro, they offer great pastries, cookies. I won't say cookie. I'll leave it at pastries first. But a great place for brunch. They do offer adult beverages as well. I mean, if you're interested in maybe a glass of wine or maybe some craft beer. Uh, those are available for you. But very light and interesting fare. Nordic food. Have some friends that are Finnish or have nationalities, ethnicity. So they're Finnish. And so there are so many different, I guess, items that I have not had. So I'm not very familiar with some of them and what they, so many different things that are what they offer. I don't know. Can anyone tell me what Kringle is? Yeah. But it talks about, the Finnish Bistro. They had done some renovation. They're a great place, like I said, to have coffee, a smoothie, whether it be a chai or maybe some type of mixture. But the founder moved here from Finland years ago, and then passed the torch on to another individual. Her name is Sandra Weiss, and just kept that same authenticity of the restaurant. Full fresh fish, as lefse. I haven't had lefse before, or maybe I have, but I've heard from someone, a coworker that sits right next to me, talked about Finnish Bistro and their lefse. I have not had it before, at least I don't think so. But pickled herring, beets, cucumbers, so a variety of different items that are on their menus. But again, I mentioned the baked goods that are available that are in the glass case, and it's from the familiar, like donuts, and they have signature items such as almond kringlers, not Kringles, Kringlers, poulet French toast, gluten-free tortas or torts. Tortas, Wesley? Torts. So, flourless torts at that. So, it's a place where you could go there and enjoy on a Friday night, Saturday night, because they have live music, brunch music on Saturday and Sunday mornings. So definitely check them out. $25 worth of food for $15. Really, don't pass this up. $15, y'all. $15. All right. Okay. The next one, still get your Groupon. This is one that's over in Maplewood. I have not been here, but it's getting really great ratings and reviews. Guldens Restaurant and Bar, again, located in Maplewood. They are located specifically at 2999 Maplewood Drive, Maplewood, Minnesota, 55109. They are offering also $25 worth of food and drink, but get this, at $14. So that's a 44% off. If you're thinking $25, yeah, that's almost nearly 50%. Anything over, when it goes to 40, 45, so on, I'm just thinking it goes near 50%. Sorry. But again, $14 for $25 worth of food. They offer modern American cuisine. Again, in Maplewood. A little bit about them. It's more of a place where it opened years ago, in 1934. It's been available or open for 40 years as a tavern. Since that time, there were different name changes and so forth, and even went through a fire and all like that. So, if you want to hear a little bit more about the backstory, definitely read up on them. But specifically, they offer slow-cooked pork ribs, baked lasagna from scratch, sirloin steaks, and these are, again, all from scratch. And so there's some type of food that's going to be able to satisfy anyone, no matter whether the age range or your level of food appreciation. But you got to be quick on this one because this one's going to be ending today. So, well, you'll get that extra dollar off. Otherwise, it would normally be $15. And as with any Groupon, either you're going to get it when you see it. Otherwise, if you come back maybe a couple hours, or I'll say a couple of days and a couple hours later, it may not be there. So just know that this is another option for you if you're interested in having a really great meal at a great price. I mean, for $14 and you're getting, again, $25 worth of just American cuisine. Yeah, I'm looking at some of these pictures. I mean, there's sauteed shrimp, scalloped potatoes, definitely mashed potatoes, sirloin steak. Yeah. Have I tempted you enough? Give me a call if you have any ideas or have come up with any or seen any interesting Groupons that you want to share. 651-200-3479. Again, 651-200-3479. We would love to hear maybe of a place that you have found, or maybe even suggest. We could certainly talk about that in the time that we have left. But I do want to talk about one other thing, and well, maybe two. I want to say have been on this barbecue kick because I don't know. I suppose for the summer, I just have not had the opportunity years past to really concentrate or focus on different barbecue places and finding a really great barbecue in overall the Twin Cities. I've been talking to friends at my secular job, and they're giving me suggestions. Some of them are kind of like some near Duluth, which I'm not afraid to drive because really, there is this inherent desire in me to travel and taste foods from other areas and other lands and countries and so forth. So I'm not afraid to travel and do that. But when you're on a budget right now, you find out about these new places, you could only make notes and then do research maybe online and try to come and bring back information to you listeners after you've gone there, and not just simply going by someone else's conversation. So I want to make sure I go there. But yes, they've told me about some places like Duluth. Someone told me about some place in Texas that is supposedly topping, any other barbecue place that he's tasted. And apparently he's tasted a lot and done a lot of barbecuing himself. There's a place down in Shakopee called Mr. Pig Stuff, and I think I may have even mentioned it as well. And the extensive menu that they have, and the type of food options, or the options that are available. Yeah, coworkers, they're really hurting me with telling me all these different places, because they come back and it's like, man, it's really delicious. The sauce is this, and you have these big steak fries and everything, and I'm like, well, I'm going to come when you have that budget. No, I like to go there either myself and experience it, or go with other friends that I know. But for one place, I gotta say, and I'm really surprised that after being here for 9 years now, yeah, I had not stopped in, and I've heard about it so much, so often. really close friend was like, yes, you have to go there and have the pulled pork. Where I'm talking about is Big Daddy's. Big Daddy's Old Fashioned Barbecue. They are located at 625 University Avenue. That's, again, in St. Paul, 55104. Man, I have, as you know, this strong feeling towards pork. So, I had rib tips and spare ribs yesterday. And it, I love the way that they have the different options because, for instance, as rib tips, using that as an example, this represents the size, by the way. So I ordered a dinghy. They have a dinghy, a boatload, and a shipload. So the dinghy is a half a pound, and that's at these are reasonable prices, I tell you. But it's at a half pound. This meat, words, photos can't really describe. When you have a really good piece of meat and you don't need barbecue sauce to get involved with anything, yeah, that's how this is. So I really got to give a shout out to them for that. I mean, this is just the rib tips I'm talking about. I haven't even gotten to the spare ribs yet, but I mean, some rib tips can be, I don't know, maybe that's a different term, in whether it be Texas or St. Louis or wherever, but some of them can be very dark. This one had that nice crust and flavor on the upper portion of the meat, and then tender on the inside. And every now and then you probably get some gristle. But that's okay though, because this meat, they must do this low and slow, because I gotta say that down even to the gristle. Maybe that's bad to say. It's not like totally prevalent. That's all you're getting. You're getting these large pieces of meat, but when you cut it, you might get some gristle. I mean, even the gristle is tender, or because gristle can be. If you've never really done barbecue properly, and you get to the end and you get some gristle or whatever, and you're like, anyway, sorry, that's sound effects, but you're trying to gnaw. Yeah. Sorry, if you're not a person that does not eat ribs or maybe rib tips and everything, you probably may not understand what I'm talking about. But if you are, you'll know that those are very, very difficult to bite. No, not at Big Daddy's. Not at Big Daddy's. Man. So the boatload is a half a pound, and then the shipload. Oh wait, I think they probably meant 1.5 pounds for the boatload, because the dinghy was a half pound. So yeah, I think they mean 1.5 pounds on the boatload, because the shipload is 2 3/4 pounds. Good gracious, man. Okay, anyway, the pork ribs, again, very similar, nice smoke ring, low and slow. And you could tell that they took their time with it. In both of those cases, I will be going back. There's so many other things there that I would love to have, and I know that the cashier was asking me, "Is there anything else, sir?" And she asked me 3 times, but I think I was in a state of, I need to come back here and have this, come back here and have that. I need to do this mixture. The wonderful size that they have. Yeah, I have to go back there. So I'm hoping that there will be other friends that will be there to join and help along with that eating experience. But man, I got to give a shout out to them. They are awesome. Once again, they are located at 625 University Avenue. That's West, University. That's in St. Paul, 55104. Visit their website, Big Daddy's Barbecue, BBQ stpaul.com. And check them out. Definitely check them out. Gosh, here we are at the top of the hour. If you've hung around with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. As always, I am truly thankful for having the opportunity for listeners that are giving their thoughts and ideas and comments and so forth. Even if it's outside the show and whatnot. So I thank you. Tune in to us next week. We'll be talking. I'm going to have a very good segment available because someone, a very dear friend, is going to be cooking a meal tonight, and I'm hopefully going to have an opportunity to do an interview. So look forward to that next week at 10 a.m. right here on WEQY. Check me out every week. And if you're wanting to listen to a show or stream a show live, you can do so. If you're not able to on the radio, definitely download the TuneIn app and listen for the Un-Bougie Foodie. But look for the call signs for WEQY, and you'll be able to hear me every Saturday at 10 a.m. As I end the show, I want to encourage everyone, as always, never to let anyone tell you what type of foodie to be, because really, it is all about the food.